Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. There are 4 things that I think Nikon got wrong with the Nikon D750. Don't get me wrong here, I think it's a great camera, but there's 4 things that I think they got wrong that could have made it an exceptional camera. And there's probably reasons why they didn't include them, but let me tell you what my 4 things are, and you can tell me if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, you can leave some comments below, but we'll discuss them. So, non-articulated screen. I know, I gave them kudos for it being a movable screen, and that is good. It's the first DSLR that Nikon's done that to in more of the pro lineup as far as having a screen that moves. But there's no reason why they couldn't have taken it to the fully articulating screen. Fully articulating, swing it around, be able to see yourself in it, like the D5300, the D5200, which is a much better setup for the screen. I don't know why Nikon went with the flip up screen, because it's certainly not as good as a fully articulated one. So that is number 1. Number 2, no 4K. No 4K video on this thing. Come on, it's time to get with the times. Everybody's coming out with 4K now, in the sense of the main competitors, the main innovators these days, which are Panasonic and Sony. And this could have been a great opportunity for Nikon to not only introduce an amazing camera, but to introduce their first 4K camera. They dropped the ball and they didn't. So that's number 2. Number three. It's not mirrorless. Good opportunity here that Nikon could have brought out their first full frame mirrorless. Not only would it have had all these awesome features, but they would have shown that they were doing something innovative. They would have shown that they were going to compete for the future against Sony and against Panasonic and all the other great mirrorless cameras that are going to be coming out, that are out, and I think basically are the way of the future. So they dropped the ball there. Yes, they built a good DSLR, but if they had made this mirrorless, I think they would have seen a lot more interest than the already huge amount of interest in the camera, and probably stifled some of the exodus to Sony and Panasonic, Olympus, because they'd be showing the Nikon fans, the Nikon customers, and even non-Nikon customers that Nikon has some vision for the future beyond just trying to shore up the declining sales of DSLRs. So that's number 3. Number 4 is the 1/4000th of a second max shutter speed. This wasn't necessary. I don't know if they were doing it to try and protect sales of the Nikon D810. Anybody's guess why they did this, but other than a few other little nitpicks, this is a pro level camera, and it really should have had a 1/8000th of a second max shutter speed. There's no reason to build it with a 1/4000th of a second other than to cripple it, which I think was a really dumb decision on Nikon's part. So that's number 4. What do you guys think? Do you agree with my 4 reasons, my 4 things that Nikon got wrong with the Nikon D750? Do you disagree with any of them? Is there one that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion on it. Let's see what you think about what Nikon got wrong with the Nikon D750. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with some new articles, some new videos. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography, videography, and technology right here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks a lot.